By the way, I've stayed squirrely. Been thinking quite much about the golden acorns I've seen so far. Makes me consider things further before acting on it. That's my definition of squirrely, if you don't mind. You know what? I like that definition of squirrely. Thanks, Yama. That was a huge encouragement to me this morning. I really appreciate that. He'll go. True. We're gonna die. Wow, I stepped through and immediately death. I didn't even see what happened. Wow.
Daddy, is muss a word?
Is what?
Muss a word?
Muss?
Yeah.
No.
Then why did it say muscle?
I don't know. Maybe. Excuse me. Maybe it was short for something. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe it's short for mustard.
Maybe. Well, that's crap. Oh, and we lost. Definitely lost. Like 1,000% lost. It's a good thing I don't really care.
Alright. So we got the espresso machine kind of figured out. We got the tea thing. This is for French presses. This is for tea as well. And then the Joker mug is for matcha, which we're going to talk to in a minute. And yeah. And then you can see we've got a whole bunch of other stuff. So for today's stream, we're going to be using this particular coffee right here. Fine, you. I'm doing well, man. Here with my wife. I don't know if you caught any of last month's Squirrely Health Saturday stream, but my wife was on that one as well. So this is her second live stream on Twitch ever.
Yeah.
She does live streams for Young Living on Facebook, right? Yeah. So this isn't like her first ever or second ever live stream, but it is on Twitch. Jojo says hi, boys.
You say hi, Jojo.
Just say hi, Jojo.
Just say hi, Jojo. Hi, Jojo. Even though I don't really know who you are, but still.
Oh, what's it doing? Oh my. Y'all. Holy crap. Caleb Hart 42. Caleb Hart 42, thank you so much for this raid. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen my chat this crazy.
Hello, the world, and hello, Squirrely Squad. Happy Wednesday to you guys. Hopefully, your week has been going all right so far, whether that's work or things that need to get done because it's summertime. I don't think most of you guys are in school. I would think not anyway, although there are some schools that go year-round. I don't know. Maybe you're in summer school, too. I don't know. But hopefully, you know, the first couple days of this week have been all right for you so far. We are getting into more Final Fantasy 14. We did complete Endwalker this past weekend, which is super exciting. Hey, Blue. Yeah, I'm so happy that we got through Endwalker, and oh my goodness, the story was so good. And now it legitimately 6.1 patch quests legit feel like the start of something new. This is the start. Anyway, hey Gotham, hey Redwing, as you like to be called now. We're growing out of baby nicknames, I think. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. The story was good, but 6.1 patch quests so far feel very new. Literally, the first quest is called like a new adventure or something like that. And Dawntrail is supposed to kick off this brand new plot for the next era of Final Fantasy 14, which is super exciting. That said, a lot of these quests feel incredibly filler right now, and I've watched some of the cutscenes, and they're not pulling me in yet. I want to watch and pay attention to everything in Dawntrail, so what I will likely do, as I've done in the past, is if there's no voice acting, I'm probably just going to skip the cutscenes and follow up in reading what I've missed after the fact. So we'll see how I decide to do that on stream. But for the patch quests, at least until 6.55, where I will probably start paying closer attention, watch the cutscenes, because they'll lead into the beginning of Dawntrail. Good morning, Bug Eyes. Redwing is Gotham. Redwing is what Gotham has decided his screen name is going to be. Much like how I was calling Cal for the longest time, and now he's Blue Phoenix. So, yeah. All right. So, we do have a new Golden Acorn this week. Golden Acorn number 70 is from Sam Levinson. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. Don't dwell on the past, you guys. Don't wait anxiously for something that's about to happen or something that may never happen. Don't worry about the future. Just keep moving forward. The more you dwell on things, well, last week and the week before, that Golden Acorn number 69, that was from saying comparison is the thief of joy, right? And so we were talking about not dwelling on what other people may have that we want or comparing our lives to others. Likewise, don't compare your own life to what's come before or what you're worried about's coming next. Live your life. Sometimes one moment at a time, but nonetheless, keep going. Press forward. Sometimes it's the hardest thing. I think we had another Golden Acorn once that was a lyric from Alliant K. We all struggle with forward motion. Yeah. So forward motion is difficult, but keep going. Don't watch the clock. Do what it does. Keep going. Sam Levinson, Golden Acorn number 70. Hopefully that was a blessing to you guys today, and will be this week. You'll read it. Hang on. Oh, my sales rep for work. He's taking a little bit of my advice on an email that I can. It's not urgent. I can read it later. But that's exciting. Anyway, So, Final Fantasy XIV, let's switch gears, and I will turn the game up a bit. Alright, so we have a dungeon that we need to do. We're still on the 6.1 patch quests, which we'll probably cruise through these patch quests pretty quickly because it honestly doesn't look like there's a whole heck of a lot of them. Let me see. Is anyone from our free company online? No, it looks like it's just me. Alright, so we're going to queue up with some players. I want to see what the queue time looks like. Dang, I should have queued up before while I was talking to you guys and doing the countdown. It looks like the average wait time is 12 minutes. So that's going to be cool. In other news, I started up... I unlocked Sage, if you missed that in the Discord server. I unlocked Sage. I think that that's going to be the healer class or healer job that I go with. Originally I wanted to just go white mage, since that's likely the easiest healer to pick up. But alas, I wanted something a little more unique, a little less vanilla. And I came across Sage, realizing that they can do damage in a decent manner while simultaneously taking care of heals. They're a little bit more complicated. I'm not just spamming a couple spells and healing the entire party like White Mage is capable of doing. I have to spam quite a number of spells, but I think in comparison to what is it, Scholar, which was my first attempt at a healer since it's Arcanist base. Yeah, that was not cool. I was struggling with Scholar significantly, so I think it was just too complex for my first foray into healing, but I think I can get away with Sage, so hopefully it'll work out. I will be working on it off stream, though. I just figure as I kind of reach a point in the MSQ where I'm like, I kind of want to change things up, but I want to keep playing, but I want to change things up in what I'm doing while I'm playing. I'll switch over to like Sage or something. I might also go over to Gunblade to... Is it Gun... I keep forgetting like the name of it. Is it called Gunblade? Anyway. Whatever that tank class is that uses the Gunblade. Go figure. Because I've always been a fan of Gunblades ever since Final Fantasy VIII. I think the concept is really, really cool. And, I mean, legit, firearms while holding a sword in one singular weapon is a very interesting and unique concept. So, I thought what better tank to try out than that one. So, yeah. So maybe I'll unlock that job here soon as well, and simultaneously off stream work on leveling up a healer and a tank, because I think if I can get them anywhere closer to my levels, then that would definitely make these queues way faster. So yeah, come on, Q. Oh yeah, also, in other news, I got a new laptop replacement. Here, I'll do this real quick. This is my laptop replacement, which you should have seen if you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. You should have seen like an hour or two ago a short pop-up YouTube short of like my unboxing, like in less than a minute, of this guy. But it's basically what happens if a Surface Pro style laptop / tablet joins up with a Nintendo Switch. So you have these like side controllers that slide on. They lock in pretty stinking good, which makes sense considering you've got the weight of this sucker, of a full laptop in there. But yeah, the idea is you've got these two Switch-like controllers that slide on the sides of what looks like a miniature Surface Pro. And the keyboard trackpad is still detachable, just like a Surface Pro, which is super cool. And it's got a what's it got? 780M Radeon 780M GPU in it. And its AMD CPU is the 8840U CPU as well. I believe it's an 8-core. Don't quote me on that. 8-core CPU. But yeah, and it's got 32 gig of RAM in it and a terabyte SSD. The terabyte SSD is swappable. I can swap in a 2 terabyte if I want to down the road. It's also got a micro SD card slot for expansion. It's got a USB 3.0 port, 2 USB-C ports, an auxiliary audio port, and an eGPU port as well, which is super cool. So, yeah, this is my laptop replacement. That's the plan for this sucker. So, now I only just got it 2 days ago. So, but in another week or two, I plan on doing like a full review video and posting that to YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. I was contributor number 147 on Indiegogo for this guy. So I am one of the first 300 people to own one. So I'm going to try to put that review up as soon as I can. Oh, come on. What's annoying about this? Okay. What's annoying about this is, like, I would love to switch over to Sage and level up Sage while I'm waiting in the queue, but I'm pretty sure that messes up my queue. Like, I'm pretty sure that changes as if I was queuing up as a healer. And if the queue is up, then I'd have... I don't know. Let me see. I honestly don't know. Like, would it change me from DPS to healer? Let's see. Sage. Huh. It still says I'm DPS, so I wonder if that means I just have to switch over to DPS when my queue comes up. I don't know. I have no idea how that works. So, excuse me. This isn't a good idea because I was still doing reading on how I should, on what the more important spells and things are, and spell rotations and things, and I have not finished my research on that. And, like, I was moving around spells and things, so I will have to do this off stream. Ooh, shoot, what did I do? I don't even know what I did just then. Oh, that's cool. I don't even know what that does, but it looks like an AoE. Oh, I think it... Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna switch back to Summoner. And I need to resummon my Carbuncle. Yeah. Oh, that's something else I'm gonna have to do. I was like, once I have all my spells set up for Sage, I'm gonna need to like take screenshots of like my UI and where I have spells and abilities and things, and like save that in a note somewhere, like electronically or otherwise, because as I set up my new laptop, I'm gonna... It runs Final Fantasy XIV decently well, on pretty good settings actually on this laptop. So rather than stream the Shadow PC, which I absolutely could do, if I don't have very good cell service in a location, I'd rather just run it locally, in which case that means I need to set up all the settings as it's a new computer, which is really annoying. Oy vey, come on. So if we get to like 13 or 14 minutes and I'm still waiting, then I might just have to queue up with the NPCs, which would be really sad. I really don't want to queue up with the NPCs. That's like my least favorite thing to do. Queuing up with NPCs used to be really cool until I realized how much faster every dungeon goes, how much more efficient we are, and being able to watch the other players give me indications on where I should move during boss fights and all of that. Although the NPCs are really good about that too. Actually, the NPCs are probably better, more consistently at that than the players are, because the NPCs have the inside track on exactly what the boss is about to do, right? But everything else is still true. I guess I could probably aggro the same way a tank would. Like if I run up to the first group of enemies to start a fight. Now, I don't know if the NPCs will follow me if I keep running forward. All my dungeons with NPCs. Bug Eyes, you're doing a tank, right? So sooner or later, you're gonna want to start queuing up with players in order to understand. Maybe queue up with me as your first one with players. No. So they follow you. Yes, you're a tank. So they're gonna follow you because you're the tank. The tank is the one that's supposed to have everybody aggro them. So what I'm wondering is, as a DPS, if I continue to move forward to the next group of enemies, will the NPCs still follow me? Because the tank that I left behind is the one getting aggroed. I don't know. That's what I'm curious about. And that's why I'm suggesting to you to queue up with players probably sooner than later, so you can start getting an understanding of the role that you're supposed to play and you're expected to play in dungeons. But you probably want to do that with somebody that you know on voice chat first. So because the idea is, like, whenever I get into this dungeon, if I can get in this dungeon with players, then you'll see what I mean. But basically, in a dungeon, you have multiple groups of enemies all clustered apart, right? And what the tank, as a person, usually does in order to be very efficient with the dungeon is they aggro the first set of enemies and then immediately run past them to the next group of enemies, aggro all of them, immediately run to the next group of enemies, aggro all of them, and they'll keep doing this until they feel like they've got their fill of how many they can handle and keep aggro on. All the while, the expectation is that the player healer is going to constantly keep the health up on the tank primarily, and the DPSs, their goal is to not get aggro while they're killing everything in the groups. So that's generally the expectation. That would be a lot faster. Yes. Yeah. Oh, there we go. So you'll be able to see this. So when we get in here, like, I have the nameplates color coded, so the blue nameplate is going to be the tank. And yeah, so pay attention to that guy. What I will also do is, never mind. I was gonna focus target the tank so you could see where he is and what he's doing, but I prefer to focus on the healer. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna focus target the healer, because that's always my preference. But see the blue nameplate, that guy right there, Chronia and whatever? That's the tank, so watch what they do. They aggro all of these guys, right? And then they keep going, see? We're like continuing to move on to the next. All the while, the preference is for us not to accidentally pull aggro from the tank. See? They're all aggroing the tank. Well, the idea is for them to all aggro the tank. Right now, it looks like some of them are not, but... Yeah, the healer is, like, about to die because they accidentally aggroed, but... There we go. These groups of enemies might have been a bad example, because it looked like there really weren't that many groups of enemies to pick from. I'm gonna turn down the volume just a little bit here. There we go. Alright. Cool. So, alright, let's look at this one. He aggroes this group of enemies. Does he keep going? Yeah, maybe. Yep, he still keeps going. Alright, so his idea is to aggro the next set. Alright, yep, he's pulling aggro, and we're pulling... So basically now we're fighting two groups of enemies at the same time, just like last time. Oh, no, he's still going. He's still going, so... Alright, I think he wasn't sure if there were more groups of enemies. Oh, shoot. Alright. Alright. But yeah, that's the idea. As a tank in a player's dungeon, well, as a tank period, your goal is to aggro as many frickin' enemies as you possibly can and let the healer focus on healing you. Now, I personally like to focus target the healer in these dungeons, just because I'm like the only DPS that is capable of resurrecting someone that falls, someone that dies. So, if our healer dies, I am capable of bringing them back. So that's why I like to make sure that I keep an eye on them. In fact, as a tank, Bug Eyes, it might be beneficial for you to focus target your healer as well anyway. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Ah, I didn't make it. The reason I say you might want to focus target your healer is so that in the event you need a close heal, you can go over to your healer easily. But what a lot of folks do, I'm sure, is you focus target the boss. Whoever your main target is for a raid or a dungeon or a trial, you focus target the boss. But see, like, most of these attacks, this boss is only attacking the tank. They keep aggro on themselves. Go, go, go. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, yeah. No, that's not what... I don't mean targeting the boss. Of course you're targeting the boss. I mean focus target. I don't know if you know what focus targeting is. Like, a focus target is... Shoot. 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 A focus target is where you can target something else that you're not necessarily attacking. You could be attacking it, but not necessarily. In order to focus target, you right-click, I believe, on your target, and then select focus target. And it allows you to have a separate health bar along with a triangle above their health so that you can constantly keep track of them and their health, even if you're attacking something else. Shoot, go, go. I'm not gonna make it. Oh my gosh. That was bad. Come on. Almost done. There we go. Alright, that was a waste. Oh, what the? Definitely thought that was something I could just walk on. The only thing about this is every time we enter a new area, I have to, like, re-focus target. There you go. Alright, so... targeted this group of enemies. Looks like they're staying on this group of enemies. Okay. Crap. All right, let's go. Oh, that's an enemy. I didn't realize. Man, I love my animations. My summon animations look so cool now. They're just like so big and in your face. They're very bold animations.
Alright. I wish this, like, dungeon didn't have to, level sync me, though. Because I got some cool, like, spell upgrades, like, level 92, I think. Yeah, Titan looks so sick. Ah, they all do. Alright, next boss. Whoa, that's weird. Oh no, am I back? I don't know. Yeah, I had like an internet blip. I died too because of it. I think I'm back though. Sorry about that, you guys. Crap. Oh, that did not feel good. Why? Okay, apparently I don't understand that move at all. That's cool. Ugh. I don't like it when it dies. Alright, I'm starting to realize what I'm supposed to do for these attacks, at least now, finally. Crap. Alright, this boss is actually proving to be kind of difficult. Alright, I see. I just need to be out of range of those shieldy things for that attack. Come on, almost done. That should be it. There we go. Yeah, that was weird. Like the shadow PC completely froze up, and then I looked over and I wasn't streaming. Like I was dropping all the frames and completely had no internet. Everything was reloading. Yeah, I don't know what it was, but there was a but there's like weird storms and stuff going on right now outside, so it could just be that. Alright, is he trying to aggro other things? I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's go. Alright, almost to the third boss, I think. Oh, it looks like our healer is actually a sage too, because I recognize some of those ability names. So that's kind of good to know. I guess I should have been paying closer attention to what our healer is doing. Maybe I could have learned a thing or two. Looks like our sage has been doing a lot of, like, instant casts. And I thought they had some stuff that weren't all instant. Oh, no, never mind. There's definitely a lot of stuff that I put on the hot bars as I was reading that said instant. Oh, looks like we're coming up on the final. Hey, Aerith. Sage is all about DPS to heal. Yeah, I was looking at that like they have a bunch of abilities that heal based on damage, like based on the attacks, which is kind of cool. Just got home from feeding the horses. Kind of rude they didn't wait for you before pulling the boss. Yeah, so... Oh, shoot. I'm about to die. In chat, they were literally like, oh, I totally forgot that we had a new player. I'm so sorry. So they were apologetic in chat. I gotta really get better at paying attention to where my party members are going. Crap. Okay, that's all of us. Shoot, I'm not gonna make it. Okay. Ah, get off the spikes. No, no. I'm not gonna make it. Ah. Oh my gosh. They've done used their swift cast already, so crap. I feel like every single time I like take my eyes off of a party member, I miss where I'm supposed to go. There we go. Oi. But yeah, back to the Sage conversation, Aerith. I'm like watching video after video, like reading like about rotations for damage for Sage, because I'm really interested in learning Sage as like a healer, as my like main potentially, instead of doing the white mage route. I think I can do it. It's just, there's a lot going on there. Sage can be very fun. Yeah, I like the idea that, like, it's still like it has dots, it has hots, like it does damage while healing, does damage to heal. That there's manipulation you can do for some of the spells to make them have a slightly different effect.
Tis not unlike a Harnish
Definitely easier than Scholar Astro. Yeah, yeah. That was the problem
Well, there
with
is
Scholar.
one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
I would hope not, man. That'd be kind of messed up.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
We were kind of hunting treasure, man.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Sealing away what?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Depends. Does that mean there's another boss?
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Alrighty. For fissures, different terminology. Okay. So, full disclosure, like I said at the beginning, I've kind of been breezing through some of this material. Some of it feels pretty fillery, like we're just going on general adventures right now. Nothing really feels like an overarching plot yet. I figure I'll start paying closer attention to the cutscenes and things in 6.55, 6.5, something like that, leading up to Dawntrail.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
Interesting story, but it's not related to Dawntrail much. Oh, okay.
To tell that tale, we must first
Like, it
peer
feels
far
like a
to the
side
south
story. It feels like a side
and
quest
even further into memory.
that I would skip.
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
Kind of makes me think of like the
gate was a threat
the
to your
upside
people.
down.
You had to decide between endangering Razat and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I thought our time had come. I remember when Nero turned purple.
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the Void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether? Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities.
Great job with the
scales
bedside.
of the first brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
So he's not gonna try to rescue his sister because he feels like it's too late to rescue her? That just kind of feels messed up. So this unending codex thing is very interesting to me. Where is it? It's in collections, I think. Yeah. This unending codex seems very meh. It feels like, well, I had read that the devs at FF14, or the powers that be at FF14, were talking about like potentially allowing players to skip like all the way up to 6.1 as a starting point, as like a new starting point for new players. And so I feel like the Unending Codex is designed to facilitate that potentiality down the road. Blue, what do you mean no? We talked about this. I said allow them to skip, not new players will skip. Alright. But again, that story, like that whole cutscene wasn't all that interesting to me. So I don't know if I'm gonna continue watching these cutscenes until... Yeah, to the end of Endwalker. I thought the story skip that I was reading was that they would start at 6.1. At basically this patch. At a new adventure was the first quest after the end of Endwalker. Which, if they start at Dawntrail, I don't... If what you're saying is true and that these patch quests are interesting but not pertinent to Dawntrail, then I don't see why they wouldn't just make them start at Dawntrail. But the fact that 6.1 is called a new adventure and you kind of see some aftermath of Endwalker, I don't know. I don't know what makes more sense, you know? But I could see that that's why the Unending Codex was implemented, was to give players backstory of what came before. I guess I'll just walk there. Wait a minute. Where's my... Oh. my carbuncle is ruby, so it was blending in. I can change it, though. Let's change it to, like, emerald. Maybe topaz? Oh, it lets you skip all the way to the quest The Coming Dawn, which is right before Dawntrail. So in that case, I'm kind of gonna... I'm kind of feeling let me skip some of these cutscenes, because they really feel very filler. But that is definitely confirmed, Aerith. I didn't think that was confirmed last I read. But I don't know how old the article was that I read. Oh, wow. So is it a pay to skip, or is it just new players coming in have the option? It's paid, okay. Because I thought they had paid skips already anyway. For what I was reading made it sound like a brand new player could come in and just opt in to skip straight up, and then they would not need to have purchased any of the prior expansions prior to Dawntrail. Because, like, the article that I read, like, the comments were like, there's already paid skips. Why don't they just make it a paid skip? which suggested that the words were not intended to be what they've already had for skips. But if it's already on the FF14 store, if it's already there, then I guess it's already confirmed. It's already done. It's a paid skip. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna skip through this until I get closer to the end. Yeah, no, only paid skips, sadly. No, I mean, I actually like it better that way. So if you pay to skip all the way up to Dawntrail, like you're saying, does that skip, for you to keep playing, does it still require you to have purchased Endwalker, Shadowbringers, Stormblood, and well, I guess Heavensward and Stormblood are no longer paid expansions. They're like part of the base game now, I guess. But does that paid skip still require you to have purchased Shadowbringers and Endwalker? Or does it skip past it? Hey, Chubex, good morning. You have to have purchased all the expansions. Okay. Yeah, the thing that I was reading was definitely not that. But it sounds like it's already confirmed that whatever I was reading was rumor mill and is in fact not happening, so. Good morning, Miss Chubex, or afternoon rather. How you doing? Good, good. How's your clan? How are the mini-mochis? It'll skip the entire story and unlock all the dungeons and such for you, but you still have to own the game. Gotcha. Where am I going? No, we're going back to the same place we've been going every single time. I purchased ARR stories skips for my alt character before because I hate going through ARR. I'm stuck in the back home after being gone a week, need to unpack and put everything back together and do laundry, but I have zero motivation zone. Gotcha. Yeah, I feel ya. You know, we've all been there before. That's no fun. I don't know how to motivate you. Sorry. Oops. Yes, ma'am. What is this thing flying over here? It's always fun to me when you hop on a flying mount and you're just going around and way up in the sky and you run into somebody else in the air. Like that's always fun to me. But yeah, there's a pretty decent site that I've been using for reading all the story that I've missed in the cutscenes, and so I think I'm just going to do that for most of these post Endwalker patches, until we get super close to Dawntrail. I'm so close to level cap. I'm 93. I mean, I don't know how close I would call that necessarily. Level cap was 90 for the end of Endwalker. So yeah, I mean if Endwalker was still the end, I'd be past level cap. So at this point the spells and abilities that I'm getting are part of Dawntrail. Technically. My computer is in a box waiting to get put away, but I'm debating moving my whole stream setup to a different spot in the office. So until I make a decision, I'm gonna have to just focus on laundry. Aww. Kids are good. Baby is teething and chewing on tables. Chewing on tables. I don't think. Yeah. I think our younger one did that for a little while he was teething, chewing on tables, on anything. Yeah. I don't think Blue ever chewed on tables. But they're good. Oh, yeah, there's blue. No, when you were teething, boy. Relax. That sounds bad, though. It's not that bad. Toddlers chew on all the things when their teeth are coming in. It's not so bad. Tooth grinding marks on our TV table. And I thought it got dented. Nope. Baby's been gnawing on it. Dang. So Chewbacca, I'm gonna be completely honest. I have not been paying much attention in your Discord as of late, except for when I get tagged on stuff and the Core Keeper one. So if you've talked about it in there, I apologize. But why is your computer in a box? And why do you think your table got dented? Did you like move? She prefers the table. Just give her the table. I literally... Alright. But yeah, me skipping cutscenes and things is definitely going to make these patch quests go way faster too. I'm sure there's phenomenal acting and story in these side quests, but yeah, if this was like a 23 episode season, 24 episode season, like old school broadcast television shows, these portions right here, these quests feel like the filler episodes. The heck? Why am I only walking? There we go. Where am I going? Where am I going? Over there? Where are we going? Only 655 is really relevant to Dawntrail. That's kind of what I figured. That's where I was planning on slowing myself down and paying attention. Because that seems to be the case for most of them. The setup patch is the 5.5 patches. That seems to be the pattern. It's like it's like dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5.5. And the 5.5 is the one prepping the story for what's to come. You can just watch the story after you've done with all this if you're interested. Yeah. You watch the story in your quarters, right? It's like you can like watch all the cutscenes in your bedroom area or whatever, I think. I haven't gone back and done that in a while, but I'm pretty sure that's where you do it. Yeah, you can watch everything in the in rooms. Yeah. The computers went with Deathly and I to Michigan. Oh, yeah. So I did know about the conference. I just forgot. We left the 17th, got back to 22nd. Our TV table in the living room, and as I was just cleaning before we left, noticed dents. The kids kind of play rough sometimes, so I thought it got dented until I witnessed our 9-month-old literally gnawing and drooling on the shelf. Our computer desks are fine, but since we took the The 2 PC towers, monitors, cords. Now the desks are 60% dismantled. So if I wanted to change something, now is the time. I gotcha. Thanks for catching me up. It was, yeah. It just like the couple tidbits with me forgetting that you had the conference. I was like, the convention. I was like, wait a minute. If I put these two things together, you know, like computer in a box, was wondering if my coffee table got dented. Like my brain went straight to like, you moved. But no, that all makes sense. I gotcha. Yeah, no, that now would definitely be the time, right? Like to make some changes if you want to make changes. How was the convention? It was a bit out of context. You're good. If I had remembered everything that was going on, then you'd have been good. The problem is I didn't. So we're gonna go through here. Oh no, I can't get back to my old account with all the good stuff for Fall Guys because I somehow got a new account for Steam without doing anything. And now when I go to Epic Games, it's my Switch account without nearly all of the things I had because I spent money on the game. I don't even have all the Final Fantasy stuff I got. So it sounds like you just need to link back. You need to figure out what account all that stuff is on and use that account. Like, the stuff is somewhere. It's on one of those accounts. You just gotta figure out which one it is. What the? Why did the connection to the server get lost? What the heck? Well, that's interesting. That happened to you? Okay. Not properly logged out or is currently logged in another client. Login character out. Please wait to log in again. I guess I'll wait. Awkward. Sometimes 14 just kicks you. It's goofy. We'll just keep trying to connect. Do I need to, like, leave the queue? Try logging in later. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll wait, like, a minute or so. What time is it? Okay. I mean, I was planning on streaming, like, another half hour, but I just had to officially log you out. Yeah, fortunately, I was in, like, a safe zone, so it shouldn't take long. Like the character Blue, what she means is like the character wasn't actually logged out. I told you already, you're not dosing early today. There we go. Whoa, players in queue 370. That's the longest, that's the largest number of players in queue I've seen in a while. This might be a few minutes. I mean, there have been definitely moments a while back where I'd try to get into a server and it was like several hundred. You weren't kicked? Oh, that's nice. Looks like the server's crashed then for some people. Oh, I see. that's why there's several hundred players. That's why there's a few hundred players in the queue, because I wasn't the only one this happened to. They all got out, and we are all trying to rush back in, and now there's a massive queue to get in. I gotcha. That does make sense. Okay. Well, then, it was 286 a second ago. Now it's still 286. Yeah, that logic is sound. I'm tracking. I know, right? First, I had like a 14-minute queue for the dungeon. And then in the middle of the dungeon, we lose connection. I have like that weird internet blip. Fortunately, it didn't like completely drop. And it was just a weird hiccup in our internet connection. I don't know what was going on with that. Everything kind of dropped for a sec. But like, not even 15 seconds later, like, it was back up, and I was still in the dungeon. I was just dead. So, and now we've got this hiccup where it disconnected us and and apparently like 300 plus other players, and now there's a massive queue. Yeah, the game isn't liking me today. Yeah. Oh, question. If I have unlocked a dungeon and I switched to a lower level healer or tank, could I still queue up as them for the dungeon that's higher level? And it would sync me up? Is that a thing? No? Okay. Figured I'd ask. Like, I knew if I hadn't unlocked a dungeon, then I can't, like, join a party that tries to join that dungeon. But I was like, maybe if I have unlocked it, I could just switch. No. Well, we're back in. Okay, you don't have to be all caps and whatnot. You were 100% guessing. I could have made that same assumption, but I was asking somebody that knew, not somebody that could guess. But yes, good for you for guessing correctly. Where am I going? Wait a minute. Why is this locked? That's where I'm going, though. Oh, man. It's locked because I don't have the person that was supposed to be following me anymore. Man. I think I had, like, Y'shtola following me, maybe? Where is she at? I think she's... Shoot. Is she over here? Yeah. Okay. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna do this. Hey, look, it's Aerith. Oh, look, and it's Ninaro. Hey, Nini. Or Joe. Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully this time it doesn't disconnect me. I like the music in this place. Some nice acoustic guitar-y sounding stuffs. Alright, where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Over there. How do I get out? I want to get out. Let me out. Oh, have I gotten any more, I've gotten some poetics. Oh. I'm using the Ethernet, y'all. But hi. Did Nini just pet my head? Or Aerith? Aerith, I mean. Oh, booped me on the nose. I don't even think I have that. What is that emote? Do I just go boop? No, I cannot boop. There is no booping that I can do. We're just following you around. Fair enough. It's a poke emote, but it's a macro. It's like it has to be a macro. I can't just type it. We're gonna type it. It says poke. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it's still poke. So you can poke, but you won't get the boops on the nose thing. That's the macro. So you have a macro that's set up to do the slash poke, but change the text? Is that what, like... I've literally only started playing with macros when I started changing the color of my carbuncle. Oh, that's it. That is exactly it. You're doing the poke emote so that the action looks like you're poking, but you change the text so that it says boops so-and-so on the nose. I will definitely look into this and maybe make it say something completely different. Where am I going? This way. Yeah. DM me the macro, because I'll look at the text used for changing the text and probably play around with it. Maybe do it for a few other things too. Because that's another thing too. Like, I have 3 hotbars that I'm not using at all. And then there's always the final hotbar that I could, like, change up if I really wanted to. I'd probably rather not, but it's there if I want to. But I figure, like, hotbars 5, 6, or 7, I could easily start making into, like, my shared, like, macros or shared emotes or whatever, right? So, yeah. But I do like that I was starting to play with the macros, and I set up like these, the ones for changing my carbuncle colors, or changing my carbuncle to be other things entirely, which is really cool. Like, I forgot that I unlocked that, and yeah, super cool. Where am I going? Where am I going? Not gonna lie, after the entire, or almost the entire Endwalker expansion, having not been immediately skipping cutscenes, it feels weird doing it again. Alright, we are on restricted reading, I think. Ah, she's still following us. Okay. And we've got this one and 2 other quests, it looks like, before the end of 6.1. Where are we going for this one? That's... I might as well walk. Headed to work. Alright, Bugs. Thanks for hanging out. Oh wait, is this... Okay, yeah. Why is every other letter in what they say capitalized? That just feels silly. Nope, found it. Oh yeah, I recently changed the settings for my inventory so that it opens all bags at once instead of into separate tabs. That was like a quality of life improvement I didn't realize I needed. Yeah, see, like I feel like these patch quests are almost like forcing yourself to revisit some history just for the purpose of adding entries into the Unending Codex. Because, like, Eorzea wasn't already in the Unending Codex. That feels a little weird. And now this quest, Eorzea, gets added. Like, all of the individual scions weren't already by default in the Codex until we re-interfaced with them. Like, we re-interacted with them again. Alright, we're going to the Great Work if y'all want to continue following me around. I prefer ruby carbuncles. Dang, y'all get there quick. Now where am I going? Oh, not that. Why am I... Why did I do that? No, I don't. I want my red one. And then I want to fly. Whee! Are they following me? think they're following me. I'll lose him in the trees. I didn't lose them in the trees. Yo, those wings are really cool. Where do you get those wings? Is that the thing you had to do for like you had to do the fates and stuff? Oh, that's the extreme trial. Gotcha. What the? Was that a Ruby Carbuncle mount? I really want, like, squirrel stuff, man. Like, I need to get a squirrel minion. I need to get, like, a squirrel mount if they exist. The first extreme also has wings. Oh, nice. That is definitely, like, a Ruby Carbuncle looking mount. Huh. You already have your mount? Blue, what do you mean? Which mount? These are the ones for the first extreme. Okay, okay. Okay. Ah! Hey, M&M Games. What? Thank you so much for that raid, dude. How you been? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you've been well, man. I think it's been a hot minute. What were you playing? Oh, you already have a Blue Phoenix. I got you. You already have your mount. I see what you're saying. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I gotta like look up everything in Final Fantasy XIV that has to do with a squirrel and get all of it. Or squirrel adjacent. Because like the carbuncle, I view as squirrel adjacent, in my personal opinion. Which is kind of why sometimes... No, not this one. Which is... I moved and it didn't even stop it. No, not that one, not that one. Man, this one, this one, this one. This is the one. Like the topaz one, like that's a golden squirrel. It's a golden squirrel. Like, look at this thing, man. It's a golden squirrel. I guess it's really more like a... With the stripes on its back, it looks almost more like a chipmunk. But the tail looks more like a squirrel. So, squirrel adjacent is what I'm going with. There's a squirrel emperor minion. I know. There's like a couple squirrel minions, I think. Like there's like the Christmas ones. I think you said you had a Christmas one or somebody did. Where am I going? I gotta go down here. Oh, what? I keep doing that, man. I keep accidentally not summoning my mount. There we go. One of these days, I'm going to get to the stables and I'm going to paint my chocobo. Not paint it, but I guess, well, maybe, is it painting it? Or is it like just getting it to grow different color feathers? I don't know. But I'm going to color my chocobo one of these days. Oh, proceed to Weaver's Warding. I thought I remember like a long time ago seeing someone with a minion or mount that's a squirrel. I mess up because of your name. You're good. You can put like that's fine. I don't care. The stables are there to be used. I intend to use them once I feel like I want to divert what I'm doing to use them.
The ruins alone were impressive enough. But I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device.
Oh, you can't follow me here. Sad face. Squirrel sad. But I'm sure there are like other things squirrel related and squirrel adjacent in this game. I just need to figure out what they all are and get all of them. I also need to make like glamour plates for all of my favorite armors because I have yet to actually do that, and I'm starting to misremember which armor I want to keep in my armory chest versus which ones I can get rid of. I have to keep doing like try on, try on, try on before I accidentally get rid of the wrong thing. Oh, we're on the last quest for this patch. Look at that. I didn't even realize. Where am I going? Back to the great work. Okay. The heck? What is that? Oh my gosh. What is that mount? That is so weird and amazing. Yo, Nini's mount is like... They're being... there's like a tractor beam carrying them. Now y'all are just showing off all these cool mounts. Ratsadhan. Are you guys like bored? Oh jeez. Just like following me around. I have no problem with you following me around. I think it's funny, but it kind of seems like you're bored. That might be slightly, yeah. Hang on. I will not skip this right now. If well, as they're talking, I don't want to make it completely boring. But I have to respond to my boss really quick.
Sword, bereft of service.
Bear with me, y'all. Alright. Now my my boss just like reached out and asked like, hey, if you're available like the last week of October, I'd like you at a conference with me. And it's like this conference out in Omaha this year. Omaha, Nebraska. Ugh. And I replied to him, I was like, I'm pretty sure you already asked me if I was available to go with you, or to go to that conference like a couple months ago. And then like when I said yes, like 2 days later, somebody in travel already booked my hotel. So it's on my calendar already. And he was like, oh, yeah, okay. You weren't on the list to go, so I couldn't remember if I talked to you or not. Cool. Yep. And looks like there might actually be a meeting now that I have to attend. So I might have to suddenly hop off this stream. Yep. All right, guys. That's cool. Because of that, I now have to abruptly rather, end my stream and hop over to this other phone call for planning for that conference. So that's cool. Sorry about the sudden ending here, but we accomplished a decent amount. Actually, literally, as soon as this quest is done, we're done with 6.1. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out, you guys. As always, stay squirrely. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.